Right then, the final rights are done and dusted. It's not been a close contest. In fact, dare I say, it's not been a contest at all. So much hype, so much build up to India, Pakistan, but eventually India, the runaway winners. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear all the celebrations that is happening at the ground at the moment, just about, a few steps away from us, and celebrating that India's win. I am delighted to be joined by Sunil Gavaskar. Saiba, I use that word. I mean, what is it? Is it even a contest? We hype it up. We say so much because of the arch rivalry. But eventually, we've seen in the last few years, it's a no contest.
It's a total annihilation, if I can use the word. When the match started and Salman Agha got a wicket of Abhishek Sharma in the first over itself, I thought, this could be something different. Look, for Pakistan to open the bowling with a spinner is something we have never seen in any form of the cricket. At least I don't recall. And therefore, that was a brave move. It was successful. He got a wicket in the last ball of the first over. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this looks a little bit different. And then again, when they choked the middle order, and till the last couple of overs, it looked as if they would be able to restrict India to 160, 164, which is a pretty. It's not a daunting total. Yes, there was turn, and there was help for the spinners, and obviously with Kuldeep in the team as well, India had the extra spinner to play with. But it was still, I thought, was going to be close. But
yeah. Eventually, one-sided contest. Pakistan struggling to match up, at least when it comes to their batting against India. But anyway, now you said the pitch was turning. Abhishek was out. May have set the cat amongst the pigeons when you look at Indian perspective. And then Ishan Kishan plays that knock on a pitch where the ball is gripping, turning. It's really tough to time the ball at that strike rate that he played. Just put that innings into context.
Because he played such very good cricketing shots. Look, I think, yes, this is such a natural shot for him, but he waits for the ball. It's not a wild slog. He waits for the ball and then he plays it. So he's waiting for the ball. Playing across the line has always got its hazards. But if you're waiting for the ball like he does, and then otherwise he was playing straight, and he played the one where he stretched and got a boundary. So he wasn't looking to hit the ball hard. He was looking to find areas where he could hit the ball. And I think that takes a lot of good, not just skill, a lot of good temperament. And that's why his innings was impressive, because despite the loss of Abhishek Sharma, they made sure that in that first 6 overs power play, they didn't lose another wicket. Tilak played a quiet role, nudging the ones and twos, but full marks to Ishan Kishan. I mean, what a comeback he's made to international cricket. What a comeback he's made to the India team.
Yeah, and what a difference he made. I think the biggest difference today between both the teams. And just continuing from there, there was a bit of a stutter there. Saim Ayub comes up, picks up those wickets. Hardik plays that shot. And now I want you to put into context Suryakumar Yadav's innings. I mean, I know it doesn't look like a big inning, but at that situation, you needed a captain to do something. And the way he was getting those boundary, no risk taking, but yet getting those boundaries.
Yes, exactly. I mean, this is what we saw from him against USA as well. He wasn't looking to hit the sixes, he was looking to play the shots where the fielders weren't. But for the fact that this is a big boundary, he would have got a six of that delivery as well. But at that point, it was needed. It was the 19th over. You needed a couple of big shots. And so clearly, yes, again, a very, very handy innings. He got 33 out of 29 deliveries. You would say, what is the strike rate? But at a time when somebody needed to play a 30 innings, 25, 30 innings, he played it. So another fine captain's innings from Suryakumar Yadav.
Now let's look at it from Pakistan's perspective. 3 games that happened on this ground. All 3 games won by team batting first. Even the night game was won by a team batting first. Many said that as the game progresses, no dew here, it'll get sluggish. He wins the toss and allows India. And Suryakumar Yadav says that's exactly what we wanted to do.
Look, can you and I or anybody else who's also watching here from India, can we actually put, a Pakistani mind?
No.
So don't ask me what the Pakistani perspective is. We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but India would be happy batting.
Of course.
Of course. Sky would have done that.
In a situation like this, like we talked earlier on in the show, pre-game show, I said about 170 or thereabouts would be, a good total. I said about anywhere 8.5 9 runs and over, you're asking the opposition to score on a pitch where there is a bit of turn. With India spinners, not going to be easy.
You also had a situation, because you mentioned Salman Ali Agha picks up that wicket. Took us by surprise that he came on. A surprise he didn't continue after that. You had a situation where he shuffled bowler, Shadab came, got hit for a few runs and didn't finish his full quota of overs.
Well, maybe he thought he had done the job. Maybe he thought that, because after he got the wicket, he pointed at the catcher as well, saying, look, and he pointed to Shaheen Shah Afridi, who took the catch. It was all as if to say, you didn't bowl the first over, I bowled the first over, and I got you the wicket. Whatever. Like I said, I can't put my my mind into a Pakistani perspective. But yes, you could say, because the ball was turning, maybe another over of spin instead of that last final over where Shaheen Shah Afridi was taken for 17 runs. Maybe that could have again been the difference. But again, who's complaining? Nobody from India is complaining.
Let's look at India's bowling lineup. You thought the Pakistani spinners were dominating. So I was looking, mid-innings, I'm looking, okay, India's got 3 spinners. Maybe Abhishek comes in today, you'll need to use it. But the Indian fast bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, what Pakistan struggled with, they did it. What is it that they did right on a pitch that was helping spinner?
They got a little more bounce. If you have a look at the wickets of, say, Hardik Pandya or even a Jasprit Bumrah, when you got Salman Agha, the extra bounce is what deceived them. The ball that got signed was an absolute beauty of a Yorker from Jasprit Bumrah. I just thought, in the overflow room for the commentators, where we sit down in between our commentary stints, when Saeem Ayub hit that 6 of Bumrah's first delivery, I just said, Wakari News, Bazid, they were all there. Well, it looks like it is going to be this young man's day. Because he had taken 3 wickets, he had taken 2 catches. The last catch was an excellent catch. So I thought it's going to be his day. And Wakar, said, well, I hope it's not. We don't want it to be day. We want it to be his evening. We want it to be his night. Well, it wasn't, because he was out the next ball. But again, that tells you how clever this bowler Jasprit Bumrah is. A slightly short of leg delivery was pulled for a 6. He bowls a fuller leg virtually under the bat, and gets the man. And well, there you are. The way they threw their wicket, and that's the only thing that you can say. Pakistan threw their wickets in the first 6 overs. Sahibzada Farhan, sometimes ego comes in, bounce, short pitch delivery because of the extra bounce. No, Hardik Pandya can get that extra bounce. And immediately after that, Sahibzada's wicket caught at mid-on. The next ball flew past the batter, and it was not a bouncer, just a short of leg, good kicking delivery. And so when in the first power play you lost 4 wickets, then you're pretty much out of the game.
Final 2 questions. What did you make of Usman Tariq?
I didn't make anything out of Usman Tariq. I think
because we hadn't really seen him against India. First impressions, actually.
He bowls a little bit a mix of this and that. Your first impression is because he goes from so wide of the crease that he's going to be called for a no ball for cutting the back line. But then he makes it, comes in and bowls those spinners and then bowls the other one. So yes, I think he's a bowler that he won't be easy to score off, but he's not against a team like India. He's not going to be a match winner. He's not going to take you a bunch of wickets, 3-4 wickets. But yes, I think he did a pretty good job. Bowled at a very good economy rate and got a couple of wickets.
And finally, Saima, if you're wondering what's that noise all about, it's the presentation ceremony that's happening. So every time an Indian player's name is called out, there's music and there is celebration. Finally, Saima, we've looked at the entire game tactically, and at most occasions we found India were the better team, and also in terms of implementing their plans. But fact of the matter is, now I'm just looking at India, Pakistan, and we were building up to this game saying this versus this. Fact of the matter is it a fair assessment that there is a huge difference in class, there's a huge difference in skill level at the moment, whichever way you look at it, spinners, fast bowlers, batters, huge skill difference.
Yes, and temperament as well. The temperament is such a crucial element, and I don't think the Pakistanis can, at the moment, this Pakistan team succumbs under pressure very, very quickly.
Okay, Saima, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a wonderful day for the Indian team, doing rather well. You have a good night, whatever is left of it. Of course, you'll have a great Monday as well.
And thank you for your good wishes and prayers for the Indian team.